Hey guys, wait and see if anybody comes on, I suppose. Um, no, stop. Leave it go.
No, I gotta move stuff. Okay, see if anybody
See if anybody pops
decides
on
that
here.
we're on
We're
today.
live.
You could do the mic prep thing.
I could.
You do.
YouTube.
Is there anybody out there?
Oh, give it just a minute. Let's just see if anybody comes on board here.
Maybe.
Are we even online?
Not sure.
Um,
We're supposed to be.
we're supposed to be online.
Yep.
There we go. Hey guys.
A couple of them here. Tim and
Oh, yeah.
Morgan and Jennifer.
Yeah, we got a 15-second delay. I forgot about that.
North Dakota, Jason.
Scratch Made.
Yes.
Get y'all. Yeah.
Candy,
Cool.
Tim. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not Tim, it's his adorable wife.
Oh, okay.
His adorable wife. Okay, so adorable wife, thank you.
Okay.
Family roots, long live the empire.
Long live the empire. Carol Hennis, Jen's home, Maggie Powell.
Oh, hello.
Maggie. Hey, Maggie.
Michelle's
homemade from Arkansas. Patrick Nobles. Hey, guys. Gardenetta. Hi. All right.
Gardenetta. I just like
I like that name. That sounds pretty cool. Gardenetta. Yeah, I like that.
Takes two lady homesteaders.
Yeah.
Maurice, Suzanne, howdy from Texas.
Yeah.
I know. Why did I go howdy? Like I'm from Texas.
Yeah, like you're from Texas. Yeah. You just repeated what she said.
Well, I mean, yeah, I couldn't know what she said in that accent, but
true.
Y'all, we're just not right today.
Yeah, boy, today has been a beautiful day. It's cool. Matter of fact, you almost have to have a long sleeve shirt on in South Mississippi. That is just crazy. Scratch says, what are y'all doing? Oh, my word. We have just decided to go bonkers today.
Yeah, because we can.
Because we can, yeah.
Today's our day. If you didn't notice, today is the day we met 4 years ago.
4 years ago. Today is the day we met. Yeah, not the day we got married now, but the day we met face to face.
Thank you, Amanda. Yes, we met face to face 4 years ago today. We actually talked for 2 weeks before we met. Scratch said they just got 3 big pours. I'm assuming you're talking
about concrete?
Concrete or rain?
No, there ain't no rain today.
At Scratch Made, you don't think Alabama's been
No.
Okay, not sure what you're talking about pours then.
Must be concrete.
Maryland is in Scotland. Hey, that's awesome. My family is from Scotland. My ancestors, and actually Danny's ancestors too.
Yeah, both are from Scotland. Yeah. Beth says she made your soap and it works wonderful. Saved a lot of money.
Scratch Made helped make some of the last soap I made, so they're due a visit. So we may have to make soap again. I may have to have them shred my.
Ben says hello from the real Deep South Florida. He must be on the peninsula part of it then.
He is further deep south than we are. I had to give him that one.
Well, not unless if he's in the Panhandle, he's not. He has to be further down than the Panhandle.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Texas and Florida's got it on us.
Parts of Texas.
Parts of Texas.
Well, you'd have to be the very tip part down around Brownsville down in there. Yeah, I guess you would be. We have no way of seeing how many people's on here, y'all, because of the way we have our screen set up now. Do you want to try to?
No, because if I mess with it, it might. Okay. You want me to take that down? Is it buffering very bad?
We need to know if it's buffering, y'all. Hello, hey, world without rule of law.
Thank you, Southern Charm.
Yeah.
I like that. Hey, Amy.
Hey, guy. Yeah, Amy. My girlfriend.
I needed Danny here to grate the soap. Amy, you've got something on the way.
If you haven't gotten it, it's already on the way.
Yeah, in the next day or two, you should be getting it.
Yeah.
Finally caught a live show. That's Jen in
Kansas.
Canada? K-A-N-A-T-A.
Yeah, Canada.
Not sure. Okay.
Ben says he's in Central Florida. Okay.
So we had several reasons for going live today, but one of them was because it's the day we met, and we wanted to talk about that in just a little bit. We'll talk more in a little while.
Yeah.
But one thing is we got new T-shirts ordered. They're in the description. There's a link that will take you to order T-shirts. The newest one of our subscribers, we took her logo and put it on the back, and it says reseeding the skills of yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's going to be in 2 light colors, like maybe off-white and a light brown or something like that. It's not going to be darker colors, and it's not going to be wild colors. So it's kind of toned down earth colors and maybe a toned down green, I think.
Yeah. Amy said she's already got it. She sent you a message on Facebook.
Okay, so I haven't been on Facebook.
We haven't been on Facebook today.
Danny's had me busy today.
All right, today has been a work day because the weather has been so beautiful. Man, it's just, we got up at daylight this morning, had jackets on to get out and work, and we have worked and worked and worked ourselves just stupid almost.
Yeah, Claire's giving away our secret too.
Yeah, that's one of our things.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that in a minute, Claire. But yeah, we've been working in the garden all morning long. We have been just working ourselves silly because you don't get many days.
Thank you, Jim.
You don't get many days like today
No.
in South Mississippi, especially not this time of the year. Because just a couple of weeks ago, or even a week ago, it was like 95-degree heat index in the high 80s. And
I think what is today? Thursday. We go to town Monday or Tuesday, and it was 87 degrees at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, 3 o'clock in the afternoon is 87, and right now it probably ain't even 65 right now. I mean, it's probably lower than that.
That's okay, Claire. Ain't nobody paying no attention yet.
No.
But we got out and hoed some potatoes.
Yep.
What did you do this week?
I took the Hoss tool this morning, and I banked dirt up on the sweet potatoes.
Yeah, and so far we didn't really, in the gully wash and rain, didn't lose a lot. A few things we're going to have to replant, but that's usually.
Yeah, the deer got into sweet potatoes last night. Yeah. And they munched on a few of them. They didn't get all of them, but they got some on one of the ends.
There's Miss Kathleen. Hello.
And I tried to take the double wheel hoe and go back over to sweet corn, but it had done got too tall, so I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something. And
if we go away, give us just a minute. We're fixing to try something.
Okay, are we still?
Okay, we should still be good.
Y'all tell us if everything's any better and if we're still coming in loud and clear. What I did was kind of killed it feeding back to us and see if it works well with y'all.
Beth, yes, Hoss tool definitely pays for itself. That has got to be the one tool. Mm-hmm. If I had known years and years ago, I would have owned it years ago. I'm telling you, it's expensive, but it makes it just so much better. I mean, you can do so much detailed work with it. I mean, it's just amazing. And then if crap hits the fan, it's the one tool to have that you can actually plant the whole garden with.
You can do a lot with it. We just haven't shown a lot of the things it does yet. But even kids can do it. And I see the Texas boys on here. You guys need one of these Hoss tools.
Yeah.
Y'all would love it.
Yeah.
And like I said, women can do it. I mean, I can drive a tractor. That's okay. But if you don't have a tractor and you need a way to do a lot especially in a small garden, people who have really small gardens, this is the way to go.
This is the way to go. I mean, even if you have raised beds, these things work fantastic. I'm gonna tell you, I don't want to be without mine now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that valuable to me.
Now we did have to actually hoe the potatoes because they're up tall. And let me show y'all a picture.
Yeah, let me show you a picture of these are our potatoes here.
Let me show you something.
If we can get it to come up here. You see this right here?
I'm making y'all all sick right now.
This is what some of our potato plants had died. 3 plants had actually just died. 3 pretty plants died. And I went to digging underneath them, and this is what we had underneath them already. So today for dinner, Wanda cooked these things up, and you talking about good. boy, them things was so good. We picked a couple of bell peppers this morning,
some lettuce,
and some Marconis.
I went and got carrots and radishes and garlic and onion chives and all that stuff, and had a beautiful salad for lunch, plus the fresh potatoes. And what else do we have? A Bantam chicken.
We ate one of our Bantam chickens today too.
So our whole meal at lunch was from Deep South Homestead. I mean, we were self-sufficient today.
Today, our whole meal.
And breakfast.
Well, breakfast was all from our property. Lunch was all from our property. Now, supper, we're going to have to use some store-bought meat at supper, but predominantly supper will be from our property. Mm-hmm. So we are gradually getting there. We're right now at 80% self-sufficient here on our homestead. Yeah, I saw that.
That's funny.
I saw that.
Well, let me show them the T-shirt. Now, we mentioned the T-shirt a while ago, and I forgot.
Yeah, we forgot to put it up. We'll show you the new T-shirts we got.
This is what the back of the new T-shirt is looking like.
It's kind of small up here. Is that?
Yeah, I don't think I can redo that.
Okay, you can't redo that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. But that's the back of the new T-shirt. It's one of the colors that we have chosen there, and it's the logo on the back of it. So we're excited about having the T-shirts, and we've also got the hats too. So it's not just T-shirts; you can get hats.
Yes, because several people had asked about the hats. And
okay, all things good. Let me get this. All things good said, "Hey, y'all, some of my potato plants are dying. I need to go dig them up and see what's hiding under there." Yeah, because strangely, I mean, our plants. We
didn't even think about it.
Just 3 of them. They were beautiful plants, and they just died down. I've got a suspicion, because there were fire ants around all 3 plants, and I've got a suspicion that the fire ants had eat the bottom of the plant out around the green cambium layer out of it, and I believe that's what happened.
What killed it.
Terillian Ray says, "What does it say?" It must be the shirt.
Reseeding the skills of yesterday.
Yeah, Ben said he loves a Hoss tool, but he cannot afford it. I agree. If you need one tool on the homestead that you need to save up to buy, the Hoss tool is the one. I mean, we have an affiliate link on our thing in the description, probably.
Yes, it's in
there. You can buy it through us. It doesn't cost any more. Travis and all them know us real good, and we're just good friends with them over at Hoss Tools, and we love the thing. I'm gonna tell you, it's just a lifesaver. Makes life so much easier when you garden.
Yeah, and we also cleaned out around the lemongrass. It was getting really, really boogery on one side, but near the English peas.
Yes.
And so Danny and I cleaned that out this morning. All the weeds went to the chickens, and they loved it.
Yeah.
And
I thinned the corn out, the sweet corn.
Yeah, and the rabbits
fed that to the rabbits. Boy, the rabbits just went to work on that corn.
So that's kind of where we've been at all morning. Now we need to announce our winner, right?
Yeah, I guess we could announce the winner. We've got enough people on here I haven't seen her on here yet.
Do they make a broad fork? I'm not sure. She's asking.
I have tried to get companies to deal with me on a broad fork. I have failed to find a company. I want one so bad.
Yeah, that's one of his next
purchases.
That's
one of my next purchases is a broad fork, but I can't find a company that's willing to work with me in any way whatsoever.
Probably the only.
Keeping It Dutch says, was your garden a total loss or some salvage? We was able to salvage most of it. We went back in and moved dirt up against everything.
Probably the worst we got would be the fingerling potatoes.
Yeah.
What, maybe half or so?
Probably about half of them washed over, but we hoed some dirt back up around them this morning.
And so maybe we'll have fingerlings out of that. And,
yeah, we're not going to have many fingerlings this year, because this year, when we first planted them, we had a total loss almost, because we had such pounding rains came in, and it was just.
Yes, that was some potatoes that we planted in February. Probably these were the older plants, because we planted in several stages, because some worked well, some didn't come up, some are just now coming up. So
yeah, some are just now starting to break the ground, so that's kind of strange. Some of them are 1.5 feet tall, and some of them are just barely coming up.
But these were the bigger plants, and he found them. We just found there were potatoes under them. He decided to see how big they were. And
Yeah, I was just going to dig underneath it. If the plant was
the
dead
biggest one was
anyway,
probably not
2 inches,
softball,
2 inches in diameter, about like a tennis ball.
tennis ball, yeah. That's what I was
About like
trying
a
to.
tennis ball.
So, okay, winner.
Okay, guys, we hold on. What do you
This is the winner of the book, Esther Emery's book, What Falls from the Sky. We were part of a 15-day giveaway. She's got 15 different channels and websites giving away her book this week. And this is day 6, so y'all still have several days till the 15th. So if y'all will keep up with Esther Emery's channel and her Facebook page, you'll know where to go each day. But today we are giving away our copy that we started Sunday night on our web.
Sunday night. We're going to show y'all here. This is a copy that we're going to do away, and here is the winner. And
it's probably hard to see because that little screen, I don't know how to pull it and make it larger. So
it was Angela Perkins.
Angela Perkins.
Yeah.
So if Angela, she may not be on now.
If you see this video, then you'll know that you are the winner, and you need to give us some of your information, where to mail it to, and we will get it to you as soon as possible.
Yes, so Angela Perkins is the winner of What Falls from the Sky.
JM from the Nut House says, what company do you recommend for a broad fork? I can't recommend anyone right now because I haven't found a company that's willing to work with me. When I find a company that's willing to work with me, I will say that they're a decent company. So right now I don't have a company.
Yeah.
Tim says, how long do you leave the potatoes in the ground? I heard 72 days. Tim, we leave ours in the ground until we see the plant die. When the plant dies, we immediately dig it up that day, whether it's 50 days or 75 days, is however long it takes that plant to get grown and die. That's when we dig it up.
But the deal now is with the ants, if we leave them in the ground, we see the plant's dead and we do not dig it.
Yeah, the ants will eat your potatoes here. The fire ants will.
Thank you, Jatan. We salvaged a lot of everything.
Yeah.
The corn, the end of the rows, some of it washed off, but I think most of it, as far as all out in the middles, is going to be okay. Did you hoe some of that this morning?
Yeah, some of it I did. But the one thing I've got to do is I got to go back and replant some of our tomato plants because we tried to do the back to nature garden and piling leaves everywhere, and it's no good. The crickets and stuff got underneath all the leaves, and when we planted our tomato plants and put the leaves back around them, the crickets just chewed the plants off and killed a bunch of our plants. So I'm going to have to go back in and replant a bunch of them.
Is there anything you can do to help prevent damage to your garden due to storms? Well,
yeah.
We have terrace rows.
We use terrace rows. We use plastic milk jugs with the tops cut out of them around our plants.
Until they get going. We do, we have a hugel bed. How long is it?
150 feet long.
Until he put that hugel bed across here, a hugel culture bed, it was just washing down the hill really, really bad and ruining the whole yard and everything. But putting that hugel culture there has stopped that. What else? Oh, we do have some boards and stuff and raised beds that are keeping it from washing into other areas. We do a lot of that type stuff.
Okay. Beth Mitchell says, is it true you have to plant corn in a block or can you plant in rows? You can plant it in rows as long as you keep like 3 or 4 rows together. Don't plant just 1 or 2 rows. Make sure you have 3 or 4 of them together. That way it will pollinate well. And Tim says, if you each could only plant one thing this year, what would you plant? For me, it would be tomatoes.
I would be peas.
Hers is peas. It's always peas with her. I love tomatoes.
I can eat peas forever.
Yeah.
Hello, Jackie from Australia. All right. 75 people watching,
Yeah.
but only 26 thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, people.
Okay,
That helps
Kathy-
us tremendously.
Kathy says, how do you keep your plants cooler in the heat?
don't.
You don't. It's impossible here.
When it starts getting cooler, things like my lettuce is fixing to be gone. I've been eating on the lettuce now for month and a half.
Probably about a month and a half, yeah.
And I've got some beautiful lettuce, but it's starting to bolt because it's so hot.
Yeah.
And within the next 2 weeks, probably I won't have lettuce again. And we can't plant lettuce here and keep it growing because it gets too hot.
Okay, Mondu Morgan says, how do you get rid of ants in your raised beds? We don't. I mean,
they just...
Fire ants, I've tried everything. I've tried DE, I've tried cayenne pepper, I've tried grits, I've tried cinnamon, I've tried everything. Boiling water.
I did a video on boiling water. I just hadn't showed it yet, but...
Nothing has worked. They just keep coming right back.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we've completely failed. Now, if you've got sugar ants or black ants and all those kind of things, now you can put those things in there and it works perfect on them. But fire ants, they're just from hell. I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah.
They're the devil's workshop.
The Texas Boys says their dad loves peas too. I was just raised eating peas, and I raised my children eating peas all the time. And Danny doesn't eat that many peas. He eats English peas.
I love English peas, yeah.
Green beans.
And green beans.
But I love the speckled butter beans and just regular field peas, like pink-eyed purple hulls and things like that. So I'm used to that. That's what I like.
Keeping It Dutch says, do you guys sell any of your produce to offset the cost of planting? There was a time when we sold some, but now we figure we're going to have to buy groceries anyway, so the cost of planting just goes into the buying what we would have spent on groceries. So
yeah,
we don't. And plus, there's some things coming down the line right now that I'm a little bit concerned about, and we're not getting rid of any food right now. We're trying to stock up and store up because in the very near future, there's going to be some major things happen in this country that I'm pretty sure is going to happen and that I can't talk about right now, but we're trying to stock some food up right now. Let me just put it that way.
And Seeping Springs Farms wants to know, did you do any meat canning this winter? Yes.
Yes.
And I plan to do even more. I'm going to, I did ground beef, some beef strips, and I did chicken and chicken broth. Did I do any other? I'm going to do rabbit.
You're going to do rabbit. We just hadn't done the rabbit yet, but you're going
to do rabbit. And we have 14 babies that will be ready to be butchered probably middle of May.
Yeah.
So at that point, instead of putting them all in the freezer, I'm going to can rabbit. And we will be canning more chicken.
Monday Morgan says, peas and cornbread are the best. Yeah,
and
you're
throw
right.
in a fresh tomato.
And a fresh tomato.
That's it.
You can't beat that. Or a fresh red Marconi pepper to go with it.
Or a cucumber on the side.
Yeah, I'm
with
telling
some salt.
You can't beat it.
We're all going to have to go find some fresh veggies somewhere.
Are y'all planning on going to the Great Appalachian Homestead? Yes, I'm actually speaking at the Great Appalachian Homestead.
Yes, that is May the 6th. That's another thing on my list to talk about, I think, or it should have been. I was going to. Patera let me know I believe the 20th of April is the cutoff date for ordering your tickets at the discounted price. She will, at that point, she will start selling them at a full price, and you can still get them at the door right now. The only way she will not sell at the door is if she reaches capacity for fire hazards, is what she told us. So right now, she's still going to be selling at the door. And that is May the 6th in Crossville, Tennessee. And we got a lot of nice people going.
A lot of people going up there. A bunch of them we know. I got to answer a few of these questions. Trillian Ray says, thank you, Danny. I hope you do feel compelled to share what you can with all of us so we can prepare for the worst but still hope for the best. Let me tell you something. Just prepare. I can't say anything right now. There's a lot of, I can't go into a lot of details, but just you do need to be preparing. I'm gonna tell you.
Let me go put it up.
Jatan says, do you buy any freeze-dried or shelf-stable food for emergency purposes? No. We do all of our own canning here. We do all of our own dehydrating here, so we have no money out of pocket going to a store to buy food because we don't trust any food out of any of the stores.
We buy.
Keeping it Dutch says, Danny, did you serve in the military? Actually, Dutch, I was going in to be a Navy SEAL. There's some issues that happened. I was not able to fulfill that. We will talk about that in a little while. Because there's something coming up that I'm going to talk about that about. So just remind me, because that's in part of what we're going to talk about in a little while.
Yes.
So, but I will answer that, Dutch, in a little while.
Yeah. What foods do we dehydrate? Right now, I do a lot of my herbs. I do apples. Now we buy apples from the store, organic
apples,
and dehydrate, because Danny will eat the fool out of them.
I'll eat the fool out of dehydrated apples.
But our apples, I dehydrated some of those.
Yeah, we've done some of ours. We didn't have enough.
A lot of
we
them.
canned most of our apples.
What else do I dehydrate? I did,
fruit
leathers.
Yep, you did fruit leathers. We do figs. Fig fruit leathers.
Blueberry fruit leathers. I think I tried. Orange peels, things like that for scents. I can't remember. If I had a Excalibur, I'd probably do more, but I only have the little round ones, and I wasn't sure how much yet to do. I want to learn how to do the dried tomatoes and things like English peas and that kind of stuff. I want to be able to dehydrate.
Yeah, what pressure canner do you recommend? We just use a Presto. I'm just going to be honest with you. The more it's economical, it's easy to get the gaskets for it, stuff like that.
Oh, thank you, Hope Springs Eternal. She said she hopes this helps with the issues for the trip.
Dutch, I'm going to catch that in just a little while. So
yeah.
The best canner, if you can afford it, is an All-American. I'll just be honest with you on that, but they're so expensive that the average household just can't afford them.
And two, we use a glass top, and the All-American is just so big and so heavy, and if you put double what we do in a Presto, it would be too much on that glass top. So a Presto works just beautifully on the glass top for us.
Okay, we got to answer Hope Springs Eternal. Have you solved some of your food issues for the trip? I have issues too, and I'm planning to be there as well.
Right now,
what we're going to be doing is preparing a lot of my food here at the house
and taking it with us because we're only going to be gone probably 3 days, and I feel like that if we keep it cool, that some of it will be shelf staple stuff that we can carry. So, I feel like that we're going to be able to take some along. One of them is like, Wanda makes these pecan cookies for me. Mm-hmm. They're a real fast energy booster. I get my protein from the pecans because I have to have protein every 2 hours. Thank you, Scratch Made Homestead, for those two.
Yes, and we'll be making, depends on, right now we may be making some almond brownies. Is that what you call them?
Yeah.
We might make some almond brownies out of almond flour because I'm quickly learning that since I'm gluten intolerant, that I can't do the rice flour. The rice, there's something about the rice. I don't know if it's the arsenic that's in it or the hybridization of the rice that's starting to affect me or what. But I'm having to stay away from rice flour and go with almond flour.
No, Jennifer, we haven't said anything about the surprise yet.
No.
We will in a couple of minutes. They want to know about Jennifer Russell.
Oh, okay.
Okay, could I do a video on the fruit leathers? I can't remember if I did one last year or not, but if I didn't, our figs will come in
July.
Yeah, around July.
They'll come in July.
That's one thing that I love to make is the fig fruit leathers, and then I have some strawberries, but I really don't want to do my strawberries and fruit leathers because I use those for smoothies and things like that.
Yeah.
So we have certain fruits that we do certain things with, and strawberries is for smoothies and ice cream. I make him an ice cream with that, and then the blueberries. I could do.
We can make some fruit leathers out of blueberries, but they won't be in until 1st of June.
But I do have a few in the freezer. I just have to see if I have time. But if not, it'll be in the summer when I make them.
Okay, had
Now,
to step
Jatan
away.
says, no, Jen
Jen, and
says she uses on the glass top. I'm thinking she says an All-American.
she uses a 921 All-American on a glass top
Okay.
stove. Yeah, you can do it. The biggest issue with glass top stoves is just don't drop it or bang it on them hard.
Yeah. All right, Wallace Lake says they've been sitting here
listening.
Thanks. Okay.
Okay, what else?
That's pretty much most of it.
How many blueberry plants do we have? Well, at my family's farm, we have 100 trees. It's probably 15 feet tall.
They're around 20 years old.
They're over 20 years old. They're probably more like 27 years old, I believe.
Yeah, huge.
We harvest anywhere from, in the past, we've harvested up to 600 gallons of blueberries off of them, and they produce more than that. That's just what we were able to harvest. A lot of them just fall on the ground because we can't find anybody here who will buy them.
Yeah, and the last couple of years, we've hardly picked 150, 200 gallons.
We probably only picked, like 150, 200 gallons the last couple of years.
Danny and I, 2 years ago, planted 50 blueberry trees here. They're
3 years old.
4 years old now.
Are they 4?
We bought them, they were 2, and it's been
yeah.
2 years. So 4 years old now. And we do get some blueberries off of them, and they're loaded right now. So
yeah,
we will have blueberries shortly.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too long. They'll be coming in.
Blueberries is just like a big thing for us. And we usually keep a lot in the freezer, and we do sell blueberries. That's one of the things that pays our taxes usually every year.
Yeah, keeping it Dutch says there's one about a mile from his house. The plants are only 3 feet tall. Yeah, there's places here that they're like that. It's just that at my dad's house, they didn't cut them back. I mean, they look like they're just giant trees. I mean,
he did. His dad really didn't want anybody cutting them back, or he really doesn't want you trimming them. But Danny secretly trims them.
Oh man, it's just no, we tried dehydrating blueberries, but they end up being like BBs, and they don't rehydrate well.
Now, Empty Hammock, when he was here in the summer, we took him to his dad's, and he picked. How many did we pick? We
sent over 100 gallons.
Not gallons.
I mean pounds.
100 pounds, I think, with him. And he has how do you say it? It's not a dehydrator.
Freeze dryer.
A freeze dryer. And he sent us back a few packs of freeze-dried blueberries. Now, those are pretty good. But freeze drying is, you got to have a lot of money to buy a freeze dryer. Those things are pretty expensive. I think, what, $3,000?
Yeah, $3,000 to $5,000.
Yeah.
Jatan, where'd she go? Jatan, where can we buy your blueberries? We don't sell them online or anything like that.
It would be hard to ship them.
They would ruin during shipment because we have no way to preserve them. Because blueberries really don't have a very long shelf life.
Unless you freeze them.
Unless you freeze them. Now, if you freeze them, they'll last for years.
But if we take them out of the freezer and ship them, I mean, I know there's got to be ways to do that, but just normal shipping.
Anybody who lives within an hour of us, a lot of times will drive and pick them up and take them back home.
Yes. Okay. Do you can blueberries? We have done huckleberries. Yes, I can blueberries, just plain blueberries. Then I've canned blueberry jelly and blueberry jam. Actually, I'm taking blueberry jam to the conference in May.
Yeah, we'll be bringing some blueberry jam and huckleberry. Are we going to take any huckleberry? No, we're not taking huckleberry. We're taking blueberry and mulberry, right?
Yes.
Jam to the conference with us.
All right. Did you try a pick it yourself farm? No, it's actually his dad's, and he really doesn't want a lot of people there, so it's just kind of sitting.
Yeah. They just sit there. This year, there'll probably be close to 600 gallons or more. They'll just fall on the ground, and nobody will do anything with them.
Yeah, probably about 100 gallons might get picked.
Maybe 100 gallons of them will get picked, yeah.
Okay. Now, you want to talk about the RV at all?
Yeah, I guess we can talk about the RV a minute.
I know he wants to talk about the RV.
No, I mean, I ain't no big deal with me. It's just, let me ask this. Keeping It Dutch says, do you know what YouTube channels will be at the conference? Yes, there'll be me, J0, Starry Hilder,
Patera from
Appalachia Homestead, Old Alabama Gardener, Mike Pratt.
Mike and Jenny Pratt.
Let's see, what's that guy who's gonna do his genealogy?
Jim Buckmeyer.
Jim Buckmeyer will be there.
Art and Bree are supposed to be there.
Yeah, I suppose Art and Bree's supposed to be there.
There's several other.
There's a lot. There's different ones that I'm not up on all of them. I can't remember them all because there's just too many of them.
Yeah, and I know Scratch Made Homestead is going with us.
Yep, the Aldermans are going to be.
And the Aldermans are going to be headed up when we do.
When we go up.
Who else have we heard going?
Fred and Nikki Stanley.
Yes, and
Wallace
Knife
Works
Works is going to be
there.
It's
going to go there. There's probably a lot more of them that I just don't know about. These are just some that I know about.
Yes, and JM at the Nut House. I know she doesn't have a channel exactly, but she's going to be there, and we get to get a hug from her. So
yeah, we get to meet. See, the thing about it is, y'all all know what we look like.
And I've talked to Jen, I don't know how many times, but I don't know what she looks like.
What most of y'all look like. Now, some of them we've met, you know, I mean, we've met Scratch Made Homestead, we've met Wallace Knife Works, you know, Fred and Nikki Stanley, I mean, you know,
Dirt Patch
Heaven,
Empty Hammock.
Who
else has been here? J&J Acres.
J&J Acres has been here. Tommy Alderman, Tommy Off Grid Nation, him and Off Grid Kid, we know what they look like. I mean, we've met all these personally, but as far as most of the people running up down through here, we don't have a clue.
The Music Wheel says his brood or her brood will be there.
Cool.
Not to scare anyone away.
Well, when they use the term brood, you know, it means there's a lot of them.
We had 8 kids here at
one
time.
We did have 8. We had
good.
We had Compass Rose came and brought 8 of her kids here with her, and they got a tour of the farm, and they got to be able to ask questions and part of their schoolwork and stuff. So we had a blast with them. Really enjoyed them. Plus, her mother and dad was here from Oregon. They came. Let's see.
All right. So, RV. He's been playing around with the RV still.
Yeah, I'm still working on the RV. We just don't have any money to put into it right now. A couple of people has donated some money, and I have went out and bought lights, and I bought some Dicor to sealant the tape that goes on the seams, and you know, some vent covers and stuff like that. We were able to get some of that stuff bought, but right now I'm just in the demolition part of it. I'm still tearing out.
And the sealing outside. Everything we bought is to seal the outside.
Yes, to seal the outside with. We're not putting any money on the inside till we get the outside completely where it does not get any water in it whatsoever, and all wiring is in. I'm going through my shop, and I'm trying to find any lumber in the shop that I can use inside it, so that we don't have to buy any money.
Thank you, Tom, to sew. That's so sweet.
Oh.
All right. So he's actually today put the tape on the seams. The 2 back seams were the worst, and
that's where the water was coming in. We've spent, now believe it or not, I have spent my own personal money almost $100 just in stainless steel screws. That I know that sounds crazy, but half of the screws in this thing after 38 years is just rusted off, and I'm not one to do something twice. If I do it, I'm going to do it once. I'm going to do it for life. So I go and I buy boxes of stainless steel screws to put everything back with stainless. So we're going to be working on that as soon as we get money. Now, after I get through gutting it, it may sit there for months. I don't know, because we don't make a lot of money to put into it. So, we'll do what we can.
Yeah, and the deal is, once he gets it dried in, we can just, as we have money, put in it. The big deal was just getting it dried in. Now
getting it dried in, and I'm almost there. Now, there's a couple of places I'm able to fix in it because I have the material in my barn.
Yeah, he's using a lot from the barn, and the windows is the last thing, getting the
the caulking,
the strips around the windows. That's
our
next thing.
Stuff like that. All Things Good says, no, not All Things Good. Where was it?
Right here.
No, I saw somebody saying about their RV. Okay, Homesteading the Pioneer Way says, I have an antique camper, 1953, is stripped out, but have no money to restore it either. So you know how I feel.
Yeah.
It's expensive. I mean, it takes a long time just to tear stuff out.
Yes. And it doesn't cost anything to tear out. That's where we're at. And it's costing very little, really, to seal it.
Yeah, the sealing part, we've had a few people donate a little bit of money toward the RV, and people wanted, we've been asked to put up our wish list for it since we've got the design for the inside of it, and we know what we're going to be putting in it.
Yeah, we totally hadn't got everything on the wish list. We just started with it, but we do have it on Amazon.
Amazon and Walmart. We have an Amazon and Walmart when we have a wish list that we're trying to get laid out because it's so hard to find the parts for these things. And when you find one that you like and you know that'll work on your design, if you don't save it, then it's hard for me to figure out where I found it at. So we just put it in wish lists on Amazon or Walmart.
So we're kind of keeping up with that.
Yeah.
And so now, and the light thing you put up today, tell them about the
brake lights?
Yeah, on the brake lights where did you tell that in the video or not? I haven't even watched your video. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't even watch Danny's videos.
I mean, when I rebuilt these brake lights, they had no gaskets around them, and the company that made these lights went out of business. Another company bought them out, and they discontinued the brake lights on the back of this RV. Well, because they've got 3 holes, 1.5 inches to 2 inches in diameter back there, I can't buy a brake light that'll fill up them holes, and I don't want to drill a bigger hole in the RV to put another light in there. So I took a yoga mat and I built me some gaskets to go around these lights, and believe it or not, they've worked.
Yeah. And he did have a small crack in both of the lights.
Both of them, I found a small crack in the lights, and some water did get in, but I was able to clean it out and seal those cracks up, and so far we haven't had any more water issues.
Now. And one reason we didn't go, we've had several people say, why didn't we go buy new lights and put on there? Number one, he couldn't find those lights. Number two, to change them out would be cut bigger holes or
we'd have to drill bigger holes in there, and I don't want to drill a bigger hole.
We don't want to do that. And number three, it's really not going to be on the road.
No.
We are doing this to seal the outside.
Well, it'd probably stay here most of the time.
So we're not worried about a lot of things like that.
Autumn Oak Farm says, have you published the wish list?
Yes, I think it's public. I went and looked, and it says it is.
And where is it at?
Amazon and Walmart.
It's on Amazon and Walmart, but how do you find it on Amazon?
Oh, it may be listed under my name. It may be Wanda King, but I'm not sure if it's Wanda King instead of Deep South.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Is it in a link down below here?
No, I don't think I put it here yet.
So what we need to do is when this video is over, we'll put it in the link down below and see if we can't link you straight to it if you want to actually see our wish list.
Jeffrey Weeks says, have we heard of moringa trees? I have 4 or 5 in my herb garden right now.
Yeah, herb garden, yeah.
We had them in the greenhouse, and it was getting too hot, and I transferred them, 2 weeks ago into the herb garden, and the leaves turned yellow, and I thought I'd lost them, but they're all coming back out green and pretty again, so they're all doing great.
Yeah, Jay Bennett says, what is fruit leather? It's like, you ever eat a Fig Newton bar?
A fruit roll-up.
A fruit roll-up is...
It's like a fruit roll-up.
It's like a fruit roll-up, but we use them in our Fig Newton bars and stuff like that when we make homemade ones.
Yes, when I make Fig Newtons, I use that.
Seeping Spring says, are you giving up yoga? Yes, I've come to the age now that my body doesn't give like it used to. So I decided that yoga was something that I really needed to get.
Well, the yoga mats were left by a dirt patch. So that's a piece of her that's going back into the RV.
Yeah.
And when Danny saw them, he goes, man, I could make some, what do you call it? The gaskets out of this. And I'm like, well, whatever you want to do with them.
Ben said he can't find either one of them listed on Amazon. Ben, what we'll do is when this video is over, we will put a link at the bottom in our description. You can come back.
I'll see if I can.
We'll see if we can make that happen.
Because I really don't know how Amazon works with all that anyway, but I'll see what I can do. And in the RV videos from now on, in the description, I will try to have a link and see what do they taste like. What do lost thoughts? What is what tastes like?
Probably the fruit roll-ups.
Fruit roll-ups.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, it's like I put a little bit of sugar in mine or a little bit of honey. You can do either way. And with the figs, I just add a little bit. I mash them all up and add a little bit of that and dehydrate. Then when I want to make a fig Newton, I take the dehydrated pieces and put it in my cookie bar and put it back in there, and it rehydrates as it cooks.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, he's talking about the moringa, I guess, because he said the leaves.
Oh.
Oh, it's like eating grass.
Yeah, it's just a green taste.
Yeah, it's like eating grass. But now the fruit roll-ups is like candy. Yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
Gardenetta. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We have a special announcement.
We have a special announcement, y'all, and this is one that, from the depths of our heart, if there's ever a video that we want you to watch, it's going to be the one we're fixing to send you to. Yes. Because this is a video of a documentary of our life.
Empty Hammock spent several days here right after Christmas.
Right after Christmas, yeah.
And we just, these two, him and his wife, Molly, and their two kids, Hammock boy and girl.
Let's just call them that. Yeah.
Are precious. They spent several days in the summer. Then after Christmas, they came back, and he did this documentary. And if ever there was a film maker that is just out of this world, it is Empty Hammock.
It would be Barry from Empty Hammock. He is probably the best film maker that I know on YouTube as far as being able to put videos together, because he took mine and Wanda's story. He took a long time videoing it here at the house. He went home. He spent months now.
Yeah, about 3 months.
About 3 months editing this video. And it tells mine and Wanda's story probably better than we can tell it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Even though it's us telling it, Barry has a way of putting it together that is...
it's like the ultimate love story.
It is. It's like the ultimate love story for us. It's our love story. And
it is.
There's a lot about our life in that. And some of our ups, some of our downs, how we met one another, and they're just our past life. A little bit of that's in there.
Yeah. And we couldn't move forward because we needed to tell that story somewhat.
Yeah.
And then from this point on, we're going to talk about finances a little bit. We're going to talk about other things. But this part of our life had to come out first.
Yeah, this part of it had to come out first.
Once it came out, then we can move on in several directions now that we were really, hoping that this would show y'all who we are.
Yeah, and keeping it Dutch, I told you a while ago that you asked me about the Navy and all that. If you go over to Empty Hammocks and you watch my video that Empty Hammock made about us, in that I explain a little bit about what happened to me. And I'm not going to give it away. So
yeah, because he talks about that in the video.
I talk about that in the video and what happened and how it happened and everything.
And so if some of our moderators can look in the description and pull the link, I put the link to the video. It's called Grounded Series, Danny and Wanda. And the link is in the description of this. And when this video goes live, not live, what do you call it? Posted after a while. At the end of this video, I will have a link. So you can, when the video ends, you can just go straight to Empty Hammock's channel and watch Danny and Wanda's story.
Time to Sew says, grab some tissues because Empty Hammock's video is a real tearjerker. He did a great job putting this video together.
I've watched
Wanda's
it twice.
Wanda's watched it twice and cried the whole time. I was out working in the RV and she come out there crying and says, you got to come in here and see this,
What kind of car was that?
It was a 1968 Ford Fairlane. Had a hopped up engine in it, 289 dual line Holly 850 on top of it. One 4-barrel on it ran with, the front 2 barrels ran off a manual fuel pump. The back 2 barrels ran off of an electric fuel pump. I used it on the racetrack a lot. I just happened to, I just had a wreck in it going to school one morning.
He decided to pass somebody when he shouldn't have.
No, it wasn't my fault. The lady pulled over and hit me and knocked me off of a steep embankment, and I didn't have a choice in the matter.
Yeah, when he pulled out, somebody else did too, or what? Or she did?
She pulled over. When I pulled over to pass, another lady didn't look to see if I was coming around, and she pulled over, and her back bumper caught my front bumper. That's back when cars had bumpers on them. And
somebody said it was steel.
And it was steel back then, and it jerked me off of a steep embankment. The roads were iced over, and I had no choice. The car flipped 5 times. My sister was in the car with me. It crushed her down on one side of the car, and when the steering wheel broke my legs when it landed on its top the first time, and as we were flipping the second time, I knew we would die if we stayed in it. So I wrapped my arm underneath her waist and grabbed her real tight, and I opened my door as it was flipping the second time. And like we got through 100 feet out of that car, and I hit a clay bank on my left shoulder here, with her still in my right arm, and it tore my left shoulder out of my body, peeled it around behind me. Her weight on my right side broke all my ribs, punched them through my lungs. They didn't even expect me to live at the scene of the accident. So I'm just grateful to be here.
Yes. All right. That was quite a moving video. Wow.
Yeah, so y'all, if you want to know anything about Wanda and I and about our life, and want to know why we're the way we are and who we are, just go watch this video. Go over to Empty Hammock and watch it.
And tell him Danny and Wanda send him.
Yeah, it's called Grounded Series, Danny and Wanda, and I think that you will. I think you'll understand a little bit about why we are the way we are.
Yes.
You'll understand why I'm the way I am. I've had to learn how to walk twice in my life, and life is precious to me.
Yeah.
I've had a spouse die in my arms. I've faced a lot of things in life that a lot of other people haven't had to face, and I understand what life is really all about. And because I know that God has a plan for me, and He did not let me leave at that time, then I need to do everything I can for Him, because He was good enough to leave me here.
Yeah, and it explains some of mine. I have a hard time talking about my past, and it probably really, really shows, but at least now you might understand why.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you'll find out a little bit about us.
Yeah, his dad was told at the scene that he would not make it to the hospital.
Yeah, they told my dad I had no heartbeat. My pulse was only a faint 9 times a minute. And they told my dad, said, you might want to ride with him in an ambulance to the hospital, because he's not even going to live to get to the hospital. So, but God was good. He kept me around so that I could talk to y'all.
Thank you, Miss Kathleen. Yeah, so that's where what we wanted to tell y'all was who the book winner was, which was Angela Perkins.
Yep.
We wanted to send you to give some love to Empty Hammock for making this beautiful movie for us.
Yep.
And I guess that's pretty much it.
Well, I mean, we wanted Barry to do it because we knew that if anybody could do our life story, that Barry would be the one guy who could put it together and could do it justice. Because we ourselves, you can't put a video of yourself together. You can't do an autobiography or a documentary of your own life, because it's too personal to you. So if you give someone else your life and let them give it to them on film and let them edit it and put it together, they're on the outside looking in. They can see what the special features about an individual, and they know how to do it better than you can do it yourself. So that's why we chose Empty Hammock to do it for us. Barry is a master at what he does.
Yes.
I've seen some of the films that he's made that's not on YouTube. That's outstanding.
He's phenomenal.
He's phenomenal. And look, y'all, Barry may come across as a quiet individual, but Barry actually is a very intelligent man. I mean, the
With
guy
a sense of humor that
he's
won't
got a
wait.
sense of humor that won't wait. He's been a law officer for years. He's a caver. I don't guess he'd mind me telling these things. He's
multifaceted.
He's very multifaceted. He does construction work. He has an engineering ability about him that's out of this world, a creative ability.
Yes, he takes junk iron and turns it into art.
Yeah.
He's very, very good at that too. So I'm telling you, it's really, he's amazing. And y'all go show him some love, and all his videos, even in our just cards, in the cards.
Yeah.
I put a video he did for us last year. Was it called Homesteading Myths?
Yeah, Homesteading Myths.
Busted or something like that. If you have not watched that one, it's in the cards. You guys watch that one too, because Barry did that for us last year, and it is just awesome.
Thank you, Lori's Homestead. That's special. Our desire when we started doing YouTube was to create community, because Wanda and I, where we live at right here, there's not very many like-minded people here where we're at, and we knew that if we was going to be able to reach like-minded people, that we was going to have to do YouTube to do it. And our goal was to bring as many godly people that understand what's going on and that have good morals and that are just great people together. The only way we could do that would be through YouTube and be able to glorify God at the same time. So that's why we do YouTube. Happening. And it is happening. We're able to reach out to y'all. We're able to bless y'all with some of our knowledge in gardening. Not to say that it's the only way to do something, but it's the way we do it. And if it can help you out, then we get a blessing out of it, and you get a blessing out of it. So that's kind of where we're at and why we're doing what we do.
Now, Rusty Anderson wants to know, where can he buy sugar cane and what type does he need to get?
Well, you can't buy sugar cane this time of the year. You can only buy, unless you can find somebody that's had some banked up, because right now most sugar cane's already about a foot tall.
Yeah, ours is. It's about yay tall.
Yeah, ours is probably 18 inches tall or taller now. But the time to buy sugar cane is in the fall when we cut it down and get it planted. And as far as a variety, there is probably 100 different varieties. And Rusty, did you live at Hattiesburg? Is that what he told me? He lived in Hattiesburg?
I'm not sure. Do you live close?
Because if you live at Hattiesburg, you can go to Poplarville to the experimental station over there, and in the fall, and they sell sugar cane over there. You can buy whatever variety you want. They'll explain to you, but you have to get there pretty early when they do it and get on a list, because it sells out really fast.
He said yes.
And if you're not able to get it from them, then you can contact me, and if I happen to have some of mine left over, I'd be more than happy to sell you mine, because we have actually mailed some of ours to people in the fall and the winter.
Yes. And we planted more this year than usual, so we should have some that we could share with you. If you'll just remind us in the fall.
Yeah, remind us in the fall, because there's going to be a lot of water going to the bridge, and I'm past a certain age, so I'll probably not remember this fall. So you'll have to
contact us.
Yeah, you'll have to contact me in the fall. And if you're at Hattiesburg, it'd be a short drive here really to get it. So
yes. Okay. Do you want to close in prayer?
Are you ready to get off?
Yes, and let them go, because it's been about an hour. And
has it been? We done been here that long?
Yeah.
Oh wow, we gotta fix supper and everything anyway. I gotta go.
Yes, and I want y'all to go to show some love to Empty Hammock, the ones that hadn't already.
Yeah. And
we do appreciate each one.
Yes, and I appreciate the one who did the what do you call it? Super chat.
Yes.
We appreciate that, because like I said, each dollar that we make will go to benefit our homestead here, because like I said, Wanda and I live on a very limited income, and that's why one of the reasons why we raise everything that we eat here, is because we only have about $150 a month that we can spend on groceries. So it means that we have to raise most all of what we eat. So
Yeah, and he can't hardly eat anything in the grocery store. We go in and I really can't buy
can't
anything.
buy
So
that
why
much.
spend so much in the grocery store? If we spend anything, it's for me, you know, and I buy what little bit I want. So really having a lot of money to go to the grocery store doesn't benefit us.
Right, right. So but I want to tell y'all, thank y'all for coming on today. Thank you for listening to us, and thank you for being a part of our life on our anniversary that we met face to face. That is, and thank y'all for just giving us part of your day, because that's special to us when someone's willing to take part out of their life and spend it with us. You know,
Yes.
so with that being said, I'm gonna probably have close us in prayer. And I'm going to let y'all get on about your daily work, and we'll get on about ours at the same time.
Thank you, guys.
Father, we thank you so much for being so good to us. And Lord, I just want to thank you for giving me Wanda, Lord. I mean, she's been a blessing in my life. And thank you that it's been 4 years now, Lord. We've had a great marriage, and things are just great. And Father, thank you for giving us this YouTube channel, because with the YouTube channel, we're able to share our love, and we're able to share our wisdom that we have with people, and we're able to, Lord, we're able to meet good people, like-minded people here, and we're able to talk about the Lord. We're able to talk about farming. We're able to talk about things, and Lord, we're a family-friendly channel where kids can watch us as well as adults. And Father, we want to glorify you in everything we do. And Lord, you know, today there's probably people watching here today, Father, that has financial problems and some physical issues, I'm sure, and emotional, and maybe some of them even have some strongholds in their life that they're trying to break, and some addictions maybe they're trying to get past. Lord, I'm praying that they'll have victory over these things. And I pray for courage, Lord, for the things that are coming up in this country. I pray for the ones that's watching here today, Lord, that you'll give them courage. And Father, that you'll give them the ability to be able to start stockpiling some food, and that you will help them to be able to prepare for the unseen days that lie ahead for us here. I know that we're in a lull right now, Father. It seems like everything is hunky-dory in this country, but Father, we're being lied to, and there's some things going on behind the scenes right now that they don't want us to know about. There's certain ones of us that have found out about them, and Father, we just pray for grace. We pray for mercy for our country, Lord, as it moves forward, and we pray for wisdom for our leaders, Father, as they make decisions now. And Lord, I just want to tell you, I love the people that are here today, and I pray for each and every one of them now. And I pray that you bless their life and bless us so that we can reach out and bless them also, Father. We ask these things in thy name. Amen.
Thank you, guys. So everybody go to Empty Hammock's channel. The link is in the description. If it doesn't work for you, I'll check it when I get through and see if there's something going on, because I think I saw somebody saying it wasn't working. I'll make sure that I've got everything done. And
we'll put the Amazon link at the bottom of the
well,
wish list.
Yeah, I'll try to see if I can figure that one out too. And y'all go show Empty Hammock some love. That's all I can say. He's a very special person, and just bless his heart.
Yeah, bless his heart, and just show him some love on his channel, and tell him that Danny and Wanda sent you over there to watch this video. Make a comment, you know, and tell him how much you appreciate him. If you like the video, tell him how much you appreciate him for making the video of our life.
And hit the thumbs up when you go over there. And the subscribe button and all this stuff.
Subscribe button, all those things, because Empty Hammock and his wife Molly are great people. I'm telling you. I've met them behind the scenes. We've met them personally. We spent days with them. They are awesome people. They're good people.
Y'all will love their channel. Their kids have a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
And I even have the kids in my Through a Kid's Eyes. Their video is just awesome. If you go to my Through the Kid's Eyes playlist and look for Empty Hammock's kids there, that is like the funniest thing ever. Those two are hilarious. So y'all go check them out, show them some love, and we will see y'all Saturday.
Yes, y'all have a blessed evening. Thank you.